Good Sunday evening, everybody. Hope everybody's having a great day. Let's see who we got in here so far. Hey, there's Kim. Hi, Kim. How you doing, dear? Thank you for stopping in. Hi, Lisa. Thank you, dear, for stopping in. Glad you had a great evening with your cousin and stuff there, Lisa, the other evening. Cajun. We got Cajun. Cajun on the screen. Got Ben. How you doing, Ben? And everybody say there's Willie. Hi, Willie. How you doing, bud? Thank you for stopping in. So, yeah, we had a great night of pulling. It was awesome. Weather was beautiful. Not real cold, not real hot. Made a little warm in the evening there, but once the sun started going down, beautiful temperature. Awesome, Mater. Glad you got your truck going, bud. But yeah, I actually took a second and a first again. It would have been 2 seconds, but there was a technicality in the second one. Second round, I still consider it a second. There's rules that if anything falls off the tractor, weights, bolts, tire, whatever, driver, that person's disqualified. Well, there was 2 of us in the class, and the other guy lost a weight. And when I went up to get my payout, they're like, well, here, technically you got first because, he lost a weight. And I'm like, no. I said, we're not playing that game. Anything, that's a disadvantage for him losing weight, I said, he didn't go out of bounds. He didn't, I'm not gonna take a first place on a technicality that, he's like, well, the rules are rules. And it was actually the president of the club. And I'm like, whatever, So they gave me first place, but technically it was second. Just, I don't like taking places like that. If you're blatantly cheating, yeah, we'll take the place, but so doing pretty good. There are a few parts. Class front clip.
So they gave you first place?
And yeah, give me.
You split it with the guy that got DQ'd?
No, he wouldn't. He wouldn't take any of the money.
He wouldn't take it. Okay, I got it. Okay.
Yeah, and I even went up to him and said, dude, I don't want to take first place like that. He's like, hey, man, it's rules are rules. We follow the rules. I'm like, yeah, but there was 2 of us in the class, man. I said, I said, I don't want to take it like that. If you would have blatantly went out of bounds, or something like that, or the tractor broke, okay, that's but it was a weight. I said, technically you're at a disadvantage. You're 10 pounds lighter than what you're allowed to be. So, and we laughed, and he's like, no, just take it, dude. He goes, it ain't no big deal. You know that. I'm like, it ain't a big deal to me either, but I don't want it in the books that I got a first place because of that, kind of a DQ, so, but yeah, it is.
We did a pool tournament one time up in Mamou, and there was a guy that I never lost a game, but he I don't know if he lost the game neither. We were doing double elimination, and the way that the brackets were and all that. If the 2, so we were both top, okay, and both of us, we had never lost a game. If you lose double elimination, if you lose one, you get another chance. Okay. Well, we never lost any, and him neither. So we ended up, at the same bracket up top. And he beat me. Barely, but he beat me. I think I had beat myself. Well, anyway, automatically the guy that was temporarily running that tournament for that bar, that lounge, he runs up and gives the money to Buddy, DJ Buddy. And then the next day, Buddy had came by. That was a Sunday, and then Monday I was waiting on the beer truck at our bar, me and Chris's bar. So DJ Buddy came in when he got off of work and said, here you go. He said, he gave me some money. I said, what's that? He said, that's half of the winnings from last night. I'm like, why are you giving me half? He says, well, you didn't beat me. And he said, we was actually supposed to play another set, another round. I'm like, oh, yeah, really? I forgot about that. He said, somebody told me that today. I got a phone call and somebody said that, it was we need to rematch the tournament or, share the winnings because I didn't actually beat you. I said, I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, because double elimination, you should have played 2 rounds.
He had to beat me twice to actually win.
Right. So, but
yeah.
Right. But no, I got a text last night from Sandy, Mark's wife. He wanted help today putting his motor, Bo's motor back together. Or I'm sorry, the tractor they're working on, getting it going. But down there, we have very, very poor reception or cell service. So I uploaded like a video to Instagram and Facebook and TikTok, and I think one to YouTube or one of them. And it was going like super slow and it was eating my battery up. So I threw my phone in my truck on the charger. Totally forgot about it until I was 3/4 of the way home and stopped past the someplace to get something to eat. I'm like, oh shit, I want to see if those things actually uploaded. And then that's when I seen her message. So I messaged her back. I said, yeah, just let me know what time you want me to come down today. Well, I got busy and I was actually working on my washing machine, mowed the grass, unloaded the truck and trailer, went and got gas for the mower. What else did I do? Something else too. I forget, it was something else. But finally at like 2:00, he's like, hey, you want to come down a little bit later and help me with this? I'm like, well, as soon as I, finish working on my washing machine, I need to get some clothes washed. If I can't get the thing going, I need to go to my mom's and wash some. He's like, okay. He goes, let me know. Well, with less than an hour later, he messaged me back and he's like, don't worry about it. He goes, I ain't, something with a part or something. Oh, the bolts for the hub adapter. He's like, I ain't got the right bolts to bolt the motor onto the hub anyway. So he said, don't worry about coming down. I'm like, oh, okay. So, he's gonna get those, and then Bo's gonna get some parts for his engine, and we're gonna try to get them because there's a pool next Sunday. They got a festival down there in Holloway. It's the Old Timers Festival for the Old Timers baseball. They got all kinds of food and activities and car shows and everything else going on all weekend long. And the highlight or climax of it is the tractor pull Sunday during the day. So I think they're wanting to get theirs get their tractors going for that. So, but I would like to change valve springs in my tractor if possible this week. They're too light of valve springs. I'm floating the valves. You can really hear it in the video this coming week that they're floating, and that's not good. But I want to do that if I can get a set of valve springs.
You need more heavier spring action. Yeah.
Yep. It's spinning so fast. They're the stock. I think they're stock valves or stock springs. So they just won't close fast enough, not responsive enough. So, get that fixed, and
it's flooded.
I can make it stop just by letting off the throttle a little bit, but then I lose power. So, I don't want to do that. But yeah, and y'all have to watch the video coming up. Hopefully, it'll be out by this Saturday. I used my $35 camera at the pools, my cheapo.
Oh, okay.
I think I found a new camera for videoing at the pools.
Uh-huh.
A $35 camera beats a $200 and some dollar camera.
Wow.
Video quality wise. And the only bad part of only thing about it is I didn't until after it got dark. I didn't switch over to night vision or night shot. So there's a few clips that are grainy. I think I can. I think I can quiet it down a little bit in the editing software. But yeah, and
is that the video that I commented on? But what's the matter with that blue tarp? And you said
no,
well, because of the sun.
That one there is shot with my old Canon camera. I don't have it in here now. It's still in the bag.
The audio was like, I'm like, man, it's not loud at all. You know, for some reason, you know, you couldn't really hear them until they got close.
Right. I mean, that's been a really good camera, but I've had it I had it since before we come down and seen you. So what, 4 years, 3 years, something like that.
It's been 3 years since y'all came, I think. Something like that.
Yeah. And I had it probably almost a year before that. So, yeah.
The third year, I think, after y'all came, because I remember I can time it by the alligator seasons.
Yeah.
Mark was supposed to go the next September to alligator hunt. You remember? Y'all was supposed to come down again and go do an alligator hunt.
Right.
And hey, Renegade. And
Renegade.
And y'all didn't make it that year, and then it's been another one. So yeah, this is the third, and then alligator season's next Monday. Not tomorrow, but next Monday, alligator season starts. So that kind of reminded me of how many seasons done pass.
Right.
So yeah, about 3 years.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that camera I bought off of the Tiki Talk shop for 35 bucks.
Yeah.
I've been hesitating and taking it down, and I'm like, you know what? Be honest, I wasn't really feeling like videoing last night. I was tired, so I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna try it, you know. And if it doesn't turn out, it doesn't turn out. I got the other camera, you know, so I videoed like the first 2 classes, and then really quick went through and reviewed it, and I'm like, wow,
oh wow,
that's clear. And you know, even on the small screen on the back of the camera, I'm like, that's clear. So I'm like, oh yeah. So the only thing is I took my jump start box and plugged the camera into that for battery, because the batteries in it, they don't last.
Oh.
And I was actually shooting in just HD. I wasn't even shooting in 4K. And I reviewed I downloaded everything off the camera from last night on my computer today, and was just kind of clicking through some videos. And even in just normal HD, you know, 1080, you know, 1080, it's clear video until it starts getting a little dark out. Just about the time the lights turn on, for about like 1 or 2 rounds, I just kept it. I didn't even think about it, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna try night shot. Well, you can tell whenever I switched it over to the night shot setting, the graininess of the video went away. So yeah, even in low light, I mean, it was awesome. Where my Canon, it doesn't. I mean, as soon as it starts getting dark, even if I turn it over into the night shot setting, it still doesn't shoot really good. It's still real grainy and stuff. And any light behind behind whatever you're videoing just completely washes it out. don't get me wrong, the new camera, it kind of does too, but at least you can still see it better. So, but yeah, the last three classes, I actually took Willie's advice. I just took the camera clear to the far end of the track, kind of got it set up at an angle to where it would shoot from the starting line up to, up to that point, and just hit record. And I've got 2 or 3 clips that are like 45 minutes long. So I got to go through and cut down and take all the garbage out of it, but still, even those videos, that was on Night Shot. They were great. I just, I'm probably going to hold off buying another camera now, because I was actually looking at the DJI Osmo 4 Ace Pro. Very good reviews on it. Very good low light and dark, night setting video, 4x zoom. Just a really, really nice camera, but they're right around $400. And I was going to finance one, pay over time, but I think I'm going to hold off on that until I use this camera a little more. And I'm getting a lot better use, or a lot more used to it, the settings and stuff on it, and the audio on it at the polls, I think, is even better than the old one. So, we got somebody that's out of his cage.
Dangerous Daryl on the house.
What's up? I got a question about that camera for you, Ed.
Yeah.
Can I use it as a webcam?
Yes.
USB to USB?
Yep.
Without a different type of software app or something like that? So just plug it in and turn that camera on in my settings in StreamYard, and I got me a good sharp webcam, which is not a lot wrong with this one. It was given to me.
Right. Hi, Full Wave.
It's a Logitech. There's Full Wave. He called me earlier. I told him I was over here.
Hey, everybody.
Yeah. So, actually, when I plug it in, like if I want to because you can download over the USB-C connection instead of taking the card out. When I plug it into my computer to download the stuff, it actually pops up. Do you want to use it as storage or camera?
Oh,
you just
wow.
gotta you just gotta select which one you want it.
$35.
Yep.
Okay. You got a quarter-inch thing on the bottom.
Yep.
Quarter 24.
It's got the quarter 24.
There you go. Oh, there it is, right there. The whole thing.
Right there's the micro SD slot. This is the battery. It's just
Damn. Okay.
It's got the 2 buttons on top. Let's see. This one's the power button. This is your shutter button for taking stills or video. This looks like a hot shoe, but it's not. It's just it's not a live.
For a mic?
Yeah, for a mic or anything.
Okay.
Because like I said, it looks like it, but it's not. I've tried it. It's not a powered hot shoe. I was actually looking at mics for it, and I have to get a powered mic to add audio to it, because I bought that other one that was supposed to take power off the camera, but it doesn't. This camera doesn't do that. But I've I'm sorry, you're gonna get. Yeah, it's a cold shoe. I'm sorry, I'm reading the comments. No, I didn't know that.
24 can be UNC, which is that's type of threading.
Yeah.
National. Well, it's not national thread, because MPT is national pipe thread. Right. And Whitworth.
Yeah, I don't know what the acronyms are for them.
I don't know what that Whitworth is. I know a guy, a buddy of mine I raised with. His name's Ronnie Whitworth.
Is he threaded?
Nope. Yeah, yeah. Well, he go out and drink beer all the time when he was in from offshore. He used to thread pipe offshore. He was a pumper operator offshore. Man, made some money. And when he'd buy a new truck, he'd go show it around to everybody. Hey, you want to drive my new truck? Yeah, just around the block or whatever. And then he'd go to every bar on his days off. He'd frequent every bar in town. Not every bar, but most of them. And get a beer or two, and then go home. Cook whatever, eat. That's it.
Yeah,
And when he was ready to go offshore, 14 days. You work hard, you play hard.
Well, I'm sitting here.
Fine, of course.
I was sitting here with my new truck. And I actually found the serial number on the bed, underneath the bed. So that tells you how good how good the frame is still on.
Yeah, awesome. The only thing I don't like about this new camera is the video stability.
Got the bed off.
Right. If you don't have this camera on a tripod, it is shaky. Even in the anti-shake mode.
That's how sensitive it is, the aperture or whatever.
Yeah. And I've tried changing, settings and everything, and it doesn't help. But like for the tractor pulls or out in the shop, it works great on the tripod.
You probably have a sensor in it instead of that new type, like my microscope. It has a sensor instead of a lens.
Yeah,
it's a sensor. All newer stuff now has sensors on it, and
right.
they different values and stuff like that. Depends on what size it is, 5/8 and something else. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. And yeah, I noticed that microscope is shaky. That's why it's not bolted to the table where I'm sitting at. You know my table in my house. I've got a separate standoff that I built, and that's screwed to the wall. That mount. I mean, I got a post that big around, and the mount is huge. It's not like a little mount like these these things here. Those mounts, no, because this is a heavy piece of equipment I got. So
yeah.
It came with that big arm, and that sucker is shaky. Yes, yeah.
Hey, Geared for Torque. There is no name on the camera. This is the box it came in.
Oh yeah, how would I find that? You got a link for it, don't you?
I would have to look back on the TikTok.
Okay.
It's in the TikTok shop, but there is no. I mean, there's a number on the bottom corner. If it would focus.
Send that to me in the email later on. I mean, next Monday or something, Tuesday, whatever. I'll send you an email because I already got you a couple things in a cart.
Yeah. There is no name on the camera. I was actually just scrolling through the Tickies, and one of the people that I follow, he had it on there and was showing it, and he showed some video and stuff that it took and some stills, and I was like, for $35, I mean, if it doesn't do what I want, I know some younger people that, some young kids that, they shoot some video and fist stills and stuff like that, for different things. And I said, nothing else, I'll give it to them. It ain't no big deal.
And, a buddy of mine's got a TikTok shop. I think he's got a TikTok shop. I think I'll have to ask him if he's got one of them.
All right, Willie, take care, bud. Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate it.
British, of course. Okay.
Oh yeah. Do you want full wave using the camera freehand?
Shit, he's more shaky than a damn bear and a flock of honeybees stealing honey.
Yeah, that was the one reason I was looking at the DJI camera is because of the stability of it. I would like to have a camera on the side of the tractor or on my helmet to shoot some video going down the track. But yeah,
That's one
it's
of them
not what.
360 come in handy.
Yeah, I would. Oh, I would love an Insta 360. That would be awesome. I could hang it out the front.
I was wondering why I couldn't see the selfie stick.
Yeah,
I'm like, and me and Johnny were looking at a video for Desert Tracker or whatever. This guy goes out and finds old artifacts in the Grand Canyons and all these Pueblo cliff dwelling Indians, and you could see he's got like his hands like this, okay?
right.
And I'm like, why can't he? Says, I have no idea, Boudreaux. I found out a while back this guy, he built some kind of cannon with he does jump shots like the Hulk, and he for him, but he wants an aerial jump shot, so he blew a camera and one of those 360s out of a cannon, him and another YouTuber. They all got like 5 million subscribers, and he had 5 cameras that whoever makes those cameras, they're about that tall and about that wide, that thick. He had like 5 of them that they donated to his channel to do this deal.
Right.
And it's a 360 camera. It hides everything, from the selfie stick. And I'm like, wow.
Yeah, I watch Grindhard Plumbing, and they're one of the first ones I've seen that had a really nice 360 camera. And that's what they were saying is with the technology, if you use their selfie stick,
right,
you can't see it.
Yeah, it's 360. That's why it automatically takes out whatever,
Right.
Like damn.
Right. That's what I was saying. I would love to have a 360 camera for the front of the tractor, and that way you could get video of it going down the track, looking forward, looking back at me, sides, whatever.
And in the editing program, you can turn it around and that front, back, whatever. Right. I was wondering how them Hellcat cars that are running from the cops, they got the 360 camera on the back. I was wondering how, and motorcycles got them. I was wondering how it flipped. I said, there's nobody on the back of that bike holding a camera. Go back and all that. What the hey, And that video, I found out why. I'm like, damn.
Oh, congratulations, Renegade. He's at 12,990 subscribers.
Wow. Cool deal, Lucille.
Hello, I'm back again.
We got 2 Daryls.
Yeah, I went
in the middle.
I went down. There's some kids coming walking up the road, and Millie was raising Cain at them, so I had to
let her get aggressive.
I didn't, and so I had to come in the house trying to get her in the house. So
let Mama see.
I had to leave the shop open right then because I didn't want to. Don't want to. We got a fence up, but them stupid kids across there.
Should have left the shop shot up. That camera should have left that up there. That way you can see if somebody goes in there and mess around or not.
For what?
That one?
Yeah. There you go.
I'll keep an eye on it.
Oh, you did that. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Look what I got.
Sausage?
Daryl's in the house. I got to do it. Boudin sausage. The pork and the rice and pizza. All right.
Yeah.
I think it's pizza.
I got I had to take an extra shot tonight, so y'all start talking.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah. Boudin. It's got that's the rice and pork mixture in there. That's the Louisiana favorite. That's $8 a pound now.
Wow.
Man, pork is $1 a pound. I can go buy pork for $1.25 a pound. I can go buy rice for 40 cents a pound. Onion tops, let's say another 50 cents a pound, if that. Yeah. Well, $1 a pound, but it doesn't take a lot to mix in with the other ingredients, and then stuff it in a casing.
Oh, you're
And
paying that guy to stuff it in the casing, man.
yeah, man, I can't see the slaughterhouse. And then it doesn't even cost the slaughterhouse that much. You know what? Maybe 80 cents or 60 cents a pound cost the slaughterhouse because they selling it for $1 and $1.25. So it cost them not even that to, put it out. Oh boy. Man.
But yeah, I want to thank you again, Cajun, for the recommendation on that Ethernet to USB adapter.
Oh, that oh man, that's no problem.
That worked out great out in the shop. Not a glitch one. So possibly look forward to more live streams from out in the shop. I thought about it tonight, but I'm tired. I actually got home about right around 2:00, 10 minutes after 2, and kind of sat down and kind of wound down in my chair. And I'm assuming right around 3:40 or 2:45 or so, I dozed off because I woke up at just a minute or two after 3, and got up and went into bed. And 6:15 this morning, wide awake. And I've been up ever since.
Firm believer in a laptop hooked up to an Ethernet cable straight to the router. Because when I first set this laptop up on this side, this table, the cam, and I'm like, it was jumpy, and I'm like, damn. So I ordered a 25-foot Ethernet cable, Cat 6E, and I hooked it up. I got it ran around the door trim up top. Y'all seen how it was ran? I think. Yeah. I don't know if y'all noticed that or not. That the cable was inside my door casing.
Yeah, you showed me. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And I plugged it in there, and I'm like, no jumping, no whatever, no in and out, grainy, nothing. I'm a firm believer in a cable. I mean, even 100-foot, cable is better than, you still have no loss. Cat 6, it's not Cat 6, it's Cat 5E. But the Cat 6 is Cat 6A, whatever. Still at 100-foot, you're not gonna look. You don't have no loss in it because it's shielded cable,
right? And
twisted pair, so there's no crosstalk or anything like that with data moving back and forth.
Yeah, well, I've got mine's a 50 or 70-foot that runs from my living room down through the floor, under the house or through the basement, and then up through the wall here in the office to plug my shop or my office computer in because I didn't like the connection through the Wi-Fi. And I'm only 15, 20 feet from my Wi-Fi router. So,
in fact, I told Mater about, I said, run you 100-foot. I don't even think he needed 100-foot. I might have. To his computer out because he was lagging a little bit. I said, just run you, however, measure your cable, measure it and see what you got from that room to over there. And then, come above or underground. Above is better in the air. And yeah, I'm pretty sure he had went with the cable. I think he had to roll it up every now and then, cut grass or something. But a cable, even at 100-foot, it makes it a lot better.
Well, what I got in my shop is I've got coax, and I got an Ethernet over coax adapter.
Oh, okay.
And I know that's 120 foot probably of coax from where my router's at in here in the house. I got one adapter on this end, and the coax runs out to my shop, and it runs right along the ground. It just lays on top of the ground right along my fence and stuff. Goes into my shop.
Your pinky or smaller?
Just normal coax.
Oh, like cable coax?
Yeah.
Or G59? Ethernet would be a lot better than that.
But
hey, there's nothing wrong with your, garage setup, so I wouldn't change nothing.
And then in the garage, I've got another probably 20 or 25 foot of coax coiled up, because originally that coax was just for television, so I could have
Mhm.
a TV out there. Well, when I quit getting regular cable TV, that cable wasn't doing anything, and I wanted the internet out there because the Wi-Fi sucked out there. So I started doing some checking, and a couple people told me try these things. They're like $25 for a set, and you plug one end into the coax in the house. You plug an Ethernet cable into your router into this thing, and you got to have a power outlet there too, because they take power. Run it out to your shop. Plug the other end. Hook the other end of the receiver or whatever it is. Plug it into that coax. Plug your Ethernet cable into that, and there you go. Well, what I did is I bought a Wi-Fi Ethernet adapter or router, and that's what's out in my shop. And I have my Ethernet. It's just a router out there, and I've got that adapter plugged into that, and then my router. So, and that's what I've been using for five, 6 years now.
They make a lot
Later,
of different adapters for a lot of things nowadays.
Yep. Good night, Ben. Appreciate it, bud.
I think I showed them adapters the other night, Friday night, didn't I?
Yeah.
I gotta get some lemonade. I'll be back.
I've been running that setup, for like I said, about 5 years now, and I'm 100% happy with it. And I've actually, that coax has been out there. Oh wait, see, I bought the house in 2010. Yeah, I bought the house in 2010, so it's been out there 14 years. And no issues. Yeah. So like I said, it lays right on I got a fence that kind of runs between my house and my garage, little picket fence with a little walkway. And I just stuck the Ethernet cable down in between the crack between the little pad and the patio. And it runs just right along the bottom of the fence, laying on the ground, all the way out into the shop. So, but yeah, I like that setup, because I thought about doing that for the office here, but I didn't want to have another. It was just as easy to buy a long Ethernet cable. So
right.
I didn't know how the Ethernet cable with our winter and all that, how it would fare being right down on the ground or, close to the ground. So.
Oh, it doesn't matter. It's got a good Cat 6. It depends on the manufacturer, and then
right.
Naturally that's the quality of it. It's actually solid shielded with aluminum, and then there's other in there shielding in there. So, and it's twisted pairs too. So,
right. Well, I talked to our IT guys at work, the ones that do the networking and stuff. And they had some stuff that, said would work and everything. And they were going to give me a couple of boxes and the tools and, let me borrow the tools and stuff to do it all. But the cable company had ran the line out there and it was there. And I asked them about those adapters and they're like, oh yeah, they're perfectly fine. They use them for what they were designed for is satellite TV internet, so I'm like, cool, we can do that. So I bought a cheap pair, and the cheap pair has been working well. You just got to remember not to unplug it in the shop when you're trying to plug other stuff in. So, but yeah, back on, talking about different. Got my wash machine kind of working. It'll wash clear up it'll wash through the wash cycle, but when it gets to it'll do a rinse, but then it stops. Well, it does a rinse and spin, but then it stops. It won't go any further. I waited almost 45 minutes after that, after it went through its rinse cycle, and it won't do anything else. So if you shut it off, put it on rinse and spin only, and then restart it, It'll rinse. It'll do a rinse and a spin, and it's done. So
Oh, cool.
I don't know what's going on with it, but I'm gonna try to work with that for maybe a month. Because I've just spent a lot of money putting tires on my truck and a couple other things around here.
Right.
And there's a couple other things.
I don't even want to hear about tires. I was down at my friend's shop the other day, back when they're working on that Barracuda, and I backed up over a piece of metal, and it tore up the sidewall on these tires that they ain't got 3,000 miles on.
Dang.
And so I went over there yesterday to get a tire another tire to match the ones that's got on it. The daggum tire, the one tire, they charged me $290 for that daggum one tire. And I ain't real happy about it, but
Man, I guess not. Shoot, child, won't you, huh?
Yeah. Well, one of our vehicles at work, one of our over the road ones, it's got the low profile tires on it. And actually, the boss at work was driving it one day, just barely touched a curb with it, and it must have pinched it just right and hit the rim on the curb and put a nice big slice. It wasn't all the way through, it wasn't leaking, but it had a flap. Well, being it's an over the road vehicle, it leaves campus, it goes long miles. He's like, just get one. Yeah, just get one. Almost $400.
holy cow.
Dang.
That was getting the tire mounted, balanced, out the door. I don't know if they charged us extra because it was a rush because I needed it, like, ASAP. But total bill on the thing, wow. And I'm like, dude, you can't drive that car no more. He's like, I can drive. He's like, I can drive it. He goes, I'm just staying away from curbs. But didn't damage the rim or nothing, just the tire. But being they're a higher speed, low profile, something, I don't know. They were, because I looked at them like and I called the dealership and they're like, oh yeah, we got those in stock. I'm like, do I want to know what it would cost for me to come get one and put on? He's like, probably not. I'm like, okay. I said, if I need it, I will come get it. And maybe that's where the tire shop actually got it from, because I called them in the morning and they had it there and ready to go by the afternoon. So I don't know if they bought it through the dealership or not, or whatever. But yeah, it would have actually been cheaper if I would have replaced two of the tires, with some other off-name tires rather than what come on it from the factory. But the car had 2,500 miles on it at the time, I think. So yeah, I didn't want to mismatch tires and stuff. So
Yeah, I ain't drove the truck 3,000 miles since I put them tires on it.
hi,
And
Billy.
Millie!
Millie.
Puppy dog! Puppy dog! Roo, roo, roo!
Oh, tell what she did to the boxes.
And I bought some rims and stuff. I got some rims and stuff for the Cuda, Barracuda, and well, the Lisa said she wanted the boxes off the tires because
But she
I had
set her
all-
shit up.
and
So start there.
I said them. I went to go to town and I needed to haul gasoline, so I didn't want to. So I rolled the bed cover up, and so them boxes were still back there. So I took them, threw them out in front, set them in the front yard. I went to town, come back, and guess who had destroyed them daggum boxes?
Big boxes.
And big old tire boxes.
Styrofoam, plastic, tape.
And Daryl, I want to tell you now, it's just reminded me that pocketbook did not match your outfit, brother.
I'll
Well,
show them her pocketbook.
well, that's her money pocketbook. If she's the it's got cough drops in it. She loves cough drops. She dragged this around, and then I say, "You want? Let me see. Give me some of your money." And then I pull out a cough drop and give it to her to keep her hushed up over there.
But yeah, that video cracked me up. So, but yeah. So all in all, I've had a up and down week. Good at the polls. Worried about my washing machine. Went and had 2 tires mounted and balanced on my truck to match the 2 that I had just done. This month has like been expensive. So I'm trying to hold off buying another washing machine. Now I was talking with my brother about it, and I don't know if they're all over the place or just select areas. We do have a Lowe's outlet. It's like a scratch and dent and return place.
Yeah.
My brother and sister-in-law took my mom up there and got her a new fridge, and they said it was like dirt cheap, and the inventory changes all the time. So,
Well,
they said,
I bought 2 refrigerators that way.
okay,
I bought them in the store, in an actual Lowe's store, but they hadn't got shipped out yet. They hadn't reclaimed them, so
Right.
they just knocked the price off of them and give them to us at the store.
If you look on the back of the
yeah.
piece of
Well,
paper,
you can't buy online at this one. It's in store only. They don't even advertise what they have in stock.
Yeah, that's what this was. Like I said, I bought 2 refrigerators and a stove from there doing that.
So
From
yeah,
Lowe's, $380. That's tax and everything. That's loaded in Johnny Best's pickup truck. $380. That's a gas job. It's got more settings on it than I know what to do with. You can jerky meat. You can air fry. It's got an air fryer setting. Man, this thing is gas now. Okay, natural gas. This thing does got everything that more than I know what to do with.
my favorite is
You know,
the big ones.
Good
with
thing
like
for
money
owners, man.
on the front.
And it's dented. Can you see where it's dented?
no,
No,
You see the time, the turquoise blue time clock.
Yeah.
You see that little shiny spot right on top, right
Yeah.
above the clock. There's a little bitty shiny spot.
yeah,
That's the dent. That's the dent. It comes from the back and it's pushed forward a little bit. That's it.
$2,000.
That's it. It's $1,100 stove we got for $380 with the tax and loaded in the truck. Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
yeah. So when it comes time, hey, Taco Cat.
Hey, Taco Cat.
Okay.
When it comes time, like I said, probably next month, I'll probably go up there and see what they got, and probably come on with a new washing machine.
Yeah. If you can get
Yeah.
one good at a good price, and it's
Right.
hard to find a plain Jane nowadays. It's hard. And a top load at that. Top load. Don't get no front load. Man, them gaskets and seals after a couple years, you got to, oh boy. Get something with clicky timers on it, not push button.
That's what.
Yeah.
That's what I. You see me bust out laughing to Renegade when he said,
You owe Renegade an apology. You made him spill his coffee.
Yeah,
You
beef
said-
jerky,
Yeah, he said.
jerky meat, jerk.
He-
just-
He
jerky-
that's what he said.
yeah.
He said, jerk my meat on my stove. I mean,
Oh my God.
in the oven. Well, make jerky, dehydrator. I did say,
we
I think I
understand,
said
Ken.
dehydrator at first to make the jerky meat, and that's a common phrase when we're gonna jerk some deer, or jerk some beef.
But so yeah,
Damn. Oh well.
yeah. I want to get I have the upper control arms for my truck. I've just been dreading putting them on myself. So I might have the alignment shop just do it, because it need alignment afterwards, and they'll probably cut me a pretty decent deal. but I also want to put front struts on it too. So
Well,
that,
Ed, I was gonna bring this Explorer up there to let you put the front end on under mine. Both upper and lower control arms, the
I'm
tie
not.
rod ends, and
Oh, tie rod ends and stuff like that, I can do in a heartbeat. I'm just not feeling the upper control arms because it needs upper ball joints. The ball joint's not bad itself. It's the boots are all ripped out and they're non-greasable.
that's what
Um,
that's what's
so
wrong with this Explorer.
so I know that they won't last through the winter. Um, I did take the grease gun and shoot some grease up in there as best I possibly could, but through the rip in the boot. So, but
Yeah,
yeah,
get you a needle applicator, a grease needle, and
yeah, but
yeah.
it's not actually getting up into the joint that way, but
Really, with a needle? Wow,
yeah.
Yeah,
So
damn.
well, mine is completely gone. The boot is completely dry rotted and gone off of it.
well, that's the way this one is. I mean, they're original. It's a 2005 truck, and it's got 12,000 miles on it, or 112,000 miles on it now. So, but the factory ones are not greasable. When I bought new ones, because you can't replace just the ball joint.
Yeah.
You have to replace the whole upper control arm. Which I mean, they're cheap.
Johnny changed when the tire went wacko and all that on the Jeep when he was using the Jeep for that year. He was doing the bottom control arm, the ball joint, and he looked at the top one, that wishbone, that top control arm on that Jeep looks like a wishbone. He says, "Oh, I think I need to change that one too." So he bought that. It was $89 for the whole top control arm, and that was on a Jeep, 4-wheel drive Jeep. So that was cheap. Surprised me.
Yeah, I mean, Ed had talked about Detroit axle, and I bought the whole kit for $124 for that Explorer.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, it's got the bottom's got to be pressed in, but the upper I got the whole control arm.
Yeah, it's the same way. Same way with my truck. The bottom ones can be pressed in because I got new bottom ones too. I figured if I'm doing the top ones, I might as well do the bottom ones all at the same time. I just need to buy the struts, and when I do the struts, I'd like to they make a 2.5-inch spacer to level the truck out so it doesn't have the nosedive rake. So I'd like to get that, and those are $100, I think, something like that for the set. So I want to just do it all at the same time, especially now that I went with the bigger tire. I went with that 245/76 or 75/16 instead of the 70/16. It fills the fender well. It fills the fender well out nicely now. Doesn't look like a car tire on there, but I want to get rid of that rake. And the reason I want to do the struts is I got one it's not, the strut itself isn't bad. It's the bearing mount up top is a little loose, and when you hit a good bump, you can hear it thump, 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 thump. It's moving. So it's time to get that replaced. So, and then also I seen that the passenger side CV axle has a little rip in it. It's slinging out a little grease. It's not making any noise, but it's going to. So that's going to need replaced before winter. So
on your truck,
yep.
4-wheel drive.
Mm-hmm.
Is that 4-wheel drive? Really?
Yep.
I didn't know that. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that Exploder right there is the same way. It's got the it's got the boots. The boots look okay on it, but but if I'm gonna do one part of it, I've spent $300 on the front end of that song by putting brakes and all that stuff on it. I had to put a caliper and all that on it because the bolts, whoever put them on before, they had stripped out the daggone bolts on it, so I couldn't put the caliper back on. I couldn't get the slide, the pins off of it because the bolts were so I had to put that on, and I said, well, then I looked at it and I said, well, I might as well put rotors on it too because they ain't gonna cut them no more. So I said,
Yep. I'm gonna eventually do the rear brake pads and rotor or brake pads and drums because it still has drum brakes on it.
Oh, good.
I'm gonna eventually get those done too, but that's down the road unless something happens. I want to get the front half done first, and then once I get the control arms and all that kind of stuff done, I'm getting the whole thing under oil sprayed underneath. So, but I want to get all that work done before I have it oil sprayed. So
I'm gonna take that truck, my truck down there that I'm redoing. I'm just gonna put a good coat of oil-based paint on it and let it go for right now because I ain't gonna be driving it in the wintertime anyway. Because it's a one wheel peel and I'd rather this 2015 Rust than the other one. I can sell the 2015.
Right.
That red truck's gonna be staying. That red truck's been here. I've owned it 33 years. I reckon I'm on the next 33 years. So.
Well, so that's the whole thing. I'm gonna try not to drive that truck, the Dodge, too much in the winter. I'm gonna drive my old Chevy.
Yeah. That's a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. What's that, Briggs?
It's got
a little late to the party.
Yeah, we're just about ready to fixing to get out of here.
Yeah, you got 2 minutes.
Yeah, but yeah, the next couple months will be kind of interesting, and then after I get all that done, then I can start buying engine parts for the tractor for the new build. So, and I think I was talking to the president of the club last night. I think what I'm going to do is plan B. I'm going to step it down a class and put it into the modified twin class, which means I got to put a governor in it and have a downdraft carburetor, which I was looking at. Mark has my old downdraft carburetor for my 20 horse that was modified, and I was looking at the. I want one of the plastic intakes for the Kohler commands. I found a couple on eBay for $20, so I'm going to order one of those by the beginning of the week here. Get it coming. Mark has a couple V-twins down there that still have the governors in them. I'll pull that governor set out of one of them and put it in Plan B's engine.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
To live on the truck.
Bilstein.
Yeah, Bilsteins. Yeah, I was looking at the Bilsteins. They come with a nice price tag.
Bad, huh? That name sounds expensive.
I can get the OEM struts and the adapters, the 2.5-inch adapters, for a lot less than what the Bilsteins. Because I was looking at the Bilsteins, the adjustable ones, and yeah. Yeah, I think I'll just get the the blocks and the.
Well, just do like they do around here. They hook a trailer to them and put enough weight on the trailer that levels them out.
They just ride around all day.
And they just pull it around the block all day long. I mean,
no, I don't want to beat my truck up that bad. It does a decent job now running the hills, the mountains down there, going to the pools. She drops in RPM, well, drops in speed, but I don't want to do that all the time.
Wait, what is it 10 weeks now? Smoke free for me?
Yeah,
When I
congratulations.
take a drag on that, it reminded me of that. I think it's 10 weeks now that I quit.
Well, congratulations.
So, I mean, if I can hang on, well, I mean, no, I don't have no cravings and that like that. Briggs, right here, he quit a couple years ago. Cold turkey, I think he quit, like I did. And but I got some willpower, if I want to do something, I got that willpower to do it.
I wish I had the willpower. I don't.
Yeah, but Renegade, you know how Ed is about going out there and having to dig up one of his mason jars stuffed in the backyard. So
I'm running shine mason jars, y'all.
You're getting shy on him. Damn, I got.
I've had to dig too many of them up in the last year. Yeah, and travel. I'm not off roading this thing. It's a highway queen. It's just my tugger. And if I can plans again for spring, I'd love to find one of those mini buses, the GM front mini buses, the older styles like the 90s, 2000s, and make a toter out of one of those.
Mini bus? You mean like a handicap type handicap children's bus with the wheelchair thing?
Well,
a short bus, school bus, right?
It's a school. Yeah. I want the school bus with the van front.
Right, correct.
I know
what you're talking about.
I seen one on Facebook Marketplace the other day, but it's been painted white and it's got camper set up in it. So
that's exactly a camper setup's fine. That's exactly. I want to make like a toter home.
Yes.
Out of it.
You're at the beach. Where you at, Briggs, in Florida?
But I want the school bus style, not the mass transit bus. The fiberglass box. I want the school bus style.
This is the school bus style.
Metal thing, riveted.
I
thought.
It's down in North Carolina, but I mean,
I don't want to pay what they're asking for them on the different marketplaces and stuff around. I missed out in the spring. There was a place down in Georgia that had an auction. They were auctioning off like 300 school buses, and they had 2 of those little buses running and driving. That's what they said. The max bid on it was $500 for both of them, and I missed this end of the sale.
Well, this one is a Chevrolet with a 6.5 diesel in it.
That's the other thing. I don't want a diesel. I want the gas motor. I want the 6.0 gas.
And diesel
is more torque and everything. But the
reliability is what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, but
maintenance,
the cost, the maintenance and everything, and the cost of the diesel, and as much as I would drive it, it would sit more than I would drive it. Yeah. So I don't want the diesel. I'd rather have the gas motor. And because if you get out into the sticks, sometimes the diesel stations, aren't relatively available. And if they are, they're like skyrocket prices. So, and I've worked on the 5.3s and 6.0s for so many years. I can fix those alongside the highway. Give me a paper clip and a multi-tool, and I can get the dang thing running enough to get it to someplace. I can actually work on it.
Kane said you're turning orange, Ed, and I believe Kane's done got a hold of one of them there.
Orange tablets.
Orange. One of them orange cigarettes. I mean,
orange tablet.
No, I'm turning into a pumpkin because I'm 4 minutes late.
Right. Yeah, that's it.
So all right, guys, we're out. We're gonna take off. Appreciate y'all coming in, hanging out, and watching. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button before you exit out of here, and we will catch you all on the next one.
All right, everybody. Good seeing you. Thank you for the link, Ed. Good seeing you, Daryl. Good seeing you this week, Mr. Briggs. Good seeing you again there. Good seeing everybody in the chat. Y'all know the routine is good being north of the grass. Y'all stay safe. Be that way, stay safe. And as always, love, peace, and crackling grease. Catch y'all later. A Pluta.
Pluta.